Coaches, consultants, and creators did not go into business because they wanted to be in sales. They went into business because they love the work. They love supporting people. They love the creative process. They love the transformation. And yet, if you want to thrive in these businesses, you have to succeed in sales. You have to bring in new clients. You have to connect your value with the people who need it the most. And for a lot of people, this is a struggle. The best consultants, coaches, and creators often struggle to connect their value to the people who need it the most. And this is what I want to help you with today. So if you're anything like I used to be, you would power through sales, you would win clients, you bring in a project, you do the project, and then you get to the end of the project and you think, where's the next project coming from? And then you have to power into sales again. It's very difficult to scale when you're approaching things like this. The alternative is you're kind of low-key busy all the time and something's always on fire, which is more important than the sales or the marketing activity. Today I want to offer the antidote to both of these. And it really comes down to power of consistency and the compounding effect of that over time. This is a minimum running, minimum viable product sales ritual that doesn't take a lot of time, but it guarantees results. These are the 5 things. And if you do these 5 things consistently, you will see spectacular results. So I'm going to run you through them. So steps 1 and step 2 are really focused on strategic partners. And strategic partners are really important because it doesn't really matter what size your business is. 60% of opportunities always going to come through referrals, through word of mouth, through recommendation. And this is true for 7-figure businesses as it is 6-figure businesses, as it is for micro businesses. The data holds this to be true. So focusing on strategic partners matters. So step 1 is spending a little bit of time, 10 or 15 minutes, nurturing your existing strategic partners. So who's recommending you? Who's referring you? Who's supporting your business? Who's engaging with your content? Spend a little bit of time letting those people know they matter. So that might be sending an email. It might be commenting on somebody's LinkedIn post. It could be one of a million things that you can do to let people know that they matter to you so that you are firmly lodged with warm, fuzzy feelings in their short-term memory. That's your goal. Step number 2, still in the strategic partners, but who is not your strategic partner, but could be? Spend a little bit of time, again 5-10 minutes, identifying 1 or 2 people that you think could be great partners. And this is reciprocal. Again, you want to be able to give as well as get. But who could you support that could support you in return? Put them on a list and begin the process of building rapport, building a relationship, establishing yourself as somebody of value to them. And then they will flip into part 1. So step 2 is growing your foundation of strategic partners. So parts 1, parts 2, both focused on strategic partners. Part 3 is nurture your sales pipeline. Who is on the journey towards becoming a client with you at the moment? Hopefully you have this in your CRM system, the same as your strategic partners. If you don't have them in your CRM system, get a CRM system. I don't mind if it's a spreadsheet or a notepad or an actual CRM or Notion. Doesn't matter. But if you're not capturing who these people are specifically and putting them somewhere where you can keep them top of mind, you're going to struggle. Everything's going to fall through the cracks. And particularly with your sales pipeline, you need to have this documented, even if it's very simple. So spend a little bit of time, okay, what can I do to nudge people to the next step? Do you need to get a meeting from a recent contact? See if you can make that happen. Have you had a meeting and you need to do a proposal? Get the proposal done. Have you done a proposal and you need to follow it up? Follow it up. Have you followed it up? They've said yes, but you have to do the admin. Do the admin. You've done the admin, but they need to do the payment link. You get the picture. So that's step 3 is nurture your sales pipeline. Again, 5 or 10 minutes a day. And then part 4, which is the second part of the existing customers, the sales pipeline, is who's not a customer yet, but could be. And this begs the question, do you have a sales prospect list? Do you have a list of people? or companies that you would like to have as customers. Because if you don't, you're missing a big opportunity. Sales is all about setting intentions and following through. So if you don't have a list of people or companies that you would like to have as a customer, make that list and take the first steps towards connecting, being of service, being short-term memorable, because these are the foundations for tomorrow's sales. And then part 5 is where we step away from our CRM and we look at creating content which actually contains offers. So we're very good at creating content marketing, posting on LinkedIn, and all the rest of it. The visibility out on the horizon is fairly easy. Yeah, it's a bit of work. Hopefully you're doing this, but if you're not, you know what to do. But if you are creating content, is we take a little bit of a step to the left and we say, let's create content that actually contains some offers, some invitations. So if you're creating a LinkedIn post, are you inviting some kind of action? Whether it's download a lead magnet, whether it's come to a webinar. When people are complete strangers at the top of the funnel, we need to invite them to step in a little bit closer. So those are the kind of invitations we're talking about there. When they kind of already know who we are, we're trying to invite them in a little bit closer again, where they can maybe spend some time with us. This might be inviting them to a webinar, or a live stream, or inviting them to guest on your podcast, or perhaps a discovery call of some kind. But if you're not making invitations, you're not going to have your invitations accepted. I think a lot of us approach our content marketing like teenagers at a disco, all standing around the outside waiting for somebody to come and ask them to dance. This is a terrible strategy for business owners. And just like the kid at the disco, if you got up and asked people to dance with you, you'd probably find they're very enthusiastic to do that. So take some risks, make some offers. So these are the 5 things. If you do these 5 things every day for as little as 20 minutes, and for some of you might think, oh my goodness, 20 minutes. This is your business. Sales and marketing is the beating heart of your business. And this is all about the compound effect. So these 5 things every day, it could be 10 minutes a day every day, it could be an hour once a week, it could be a day once a month. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you allow the compound effect to go to work. So these are the small habits that we build into, for me, a daily sales ritual, and the ritual will take care of the rest. You don't really need to think. You don't need to be strategic. You just need to do the stuff. So if you think this is helpful, if this is a ritual that you would like to start pulling the trigger on, you can go and download the daily sales ritual cheat sheet, which I'll drop a link below. All the steps are there, and a few suggestions for how you could approach each step. And I think there might even be a Notion CRM template that you can download. I'm not sure. I need to check. But I hope that helps. I would love to know in the comments what I may have missed, if I got something wrong, if you disagree. Bob loves an argument. I hate arguments. I will hopefully see you next time. Thanks for watching.